And today we are going to play a game which I still can't pronounce, so please help me, Daddy.
I believe it's Sine Tempore.
I think it's Sina.
Sine Tempore. Something like that.
We're still guessing. We're trying, though. Yeah. So, we're starting off with the 4 main characters. Though we showed you we do have some of the other characters beyond this. But we thought, since we're going to show the first gameplay, the very first mission, we thought it'd be a good idea to play with the original characters to show you how they work. And how you could possibly win this mission. Because this seems complicated. Anything you like, Dad?
She's exaggerating quite a bit.
Yep.
The first mission's not that complicated.
Nope.
We just had to kind of figure out how to play the game. It's not a traditional board game. You have a lot of elements that are kind of play the game a little bit differently than what you would expect to see. As you see over here, we actually, in the top right corner of the stream, we actually have our dial. I forget what they called the actual device.
Phase dial?
Yeah, phase dial, I believe sounds correct. Essentially, as you play the game, these little character tokens, the red ones are actually the enemies, and the white ones are the player characters. You will move around based on how much energy you're using, action points, AP, during gameplay, and then that determines, as the dial turns, when your turn actually comes up for you to do something. So the gameplay is a little bit different than most games, but it hopefully makes it a little more interactive too. There are some optional rules we're not playing with at the moment. One of which is on the phase dial, when your character passes an enemy, the enemy has a chance to react to your attack and could potentially hurt you or injure you or do something to you, depending on what's going on. So,
Itch.
Okay. So just to kind of give you an idea of the components, we showed a bunch of them off last time. In the first mission, we're primarily playing against these little guys here. It might be a little hard to see, but they have little miniguns. So they're ranged characters. They do 2 to 8. Actually, we can show the card off probably.
Spriggan.
They're called Spriggans. Hopefully you can see it. If not, try the other camera. See if the other camera shows a little better.
It is classified as a tiny character, which is a character that does not drop loot when it is killed. And when you attack it, your threat value does not go up. And we'll explain the threat when we get to it.
And then we also have hunters, which aren't showing up. Let's put in the other camera real quick. We also have hunters here. They're normal-sized characters, same size as kind of the player characters.
They do drop loot.
They do drop loot. So
but they're hard to kill.
Yeah, we also have some of our other cards up here. We have some resources. Those are what you get as loot when you kill normal-sized enemies. Then you have these cards here are draw piles. So they will dictate if enemies are summoned. They will say which enemy type is up next, and they summon these little blue portals here. There's one on either side. But these are kind of summoning portals.
You beat me to saying it.
I do that. We also have these little bushes here. They're cute little 3D bushes.
Yeah, they're so much fun to pop out. Yeah. Actually, did we pop those things out?
We did.
Okay, you did.
Those are considered cover. So they are...
Partial cover.
Yes, they're like light cover versus heavy cover. So if we're hiding behind them and an enemy tries to shoot us, we actually get a re-roll one of our defense die that we did not succeed with to try to reduce the damage. But if an enemy is behind and we're trying to shoot through it, we have to re-roll one of our successful dice to get past it. So,
ouch.
Hopefully we won't have too much of that going on. But other than that, this is the map as it currently is set up. Let's move the dice out of the way. There are dice. The dice have different sides on them. This dictates what you hit with. The primary ones we'll be going for during gameplay. You want to show it on that camera?
I stole the dice.
She did. So there are bullet icons. All the icons have 2 icons except for the shield and the POW icon. Those are special ones. But everything else should have 2 faces on it, I believe. Actually, the arrow might have 3.
2, 3.
I think the arrow has 3.
Yep, 3. Yes, 3.
Yeah. So the arrow is the only other one that has more than 2. So that has 3 sides on it. The arrow is considered a push effect. The brain is actually considered a magic attack because you have psionics in the game. So you do get some abilities that help with kind of magical attacks.
Fist would be kind of melee, I guess is the best term for
Fists.
it. And the bullet would be...
What was that?
Long range.
Long range guns, that's correct.
Or just range.
There is also a shield icon. Some characters use shield icons as defense modifiers or boosts.
Me.
Yep, there's also a gear-shaped icon. Those have different effects for different equipment, and some enemies may also do things with that. For healing, you have a teardrop icon, and the teardrop icon is for how much healing you do to players or enemies if they're healing. Yeah, she currently has the healing character. So
I got both the girls.
We showed off some of the gameplay last time. Oh, you left the boards over there. They came with these large boards. They're about this big. I don't have one handy. But they're essentially...
Hold on.
You're gonna. I got it. It's fine.
Okay.
They're essentially the size of these. So this is like a gameplay board, okay? This actually shows the skills for the characters, so you can kind of read what all the skills do and such. But the character boards are normally this size, but to save space, we're actually playing with the stretch goals boards. Yep, which she's showing you one there now. So it basically takes that huge board and makes it thinner but longer. So it gives us the same stuff we had on the other one. It shows our different numbers, which, can you hold that up there again? Just to reiterate kind of from our stream in case people missed the first stream. So you have 5 different stats that you'll see on the cards for the players. The first number, starting from the left, that is called Rapidity. That's basically your speed in the game. Determines if you go before enemies. If you have a higher number, you go before the enemies do. It also determines how many action points you get during your turn to use.
I should say this makes no sense to me. I can tell you what rapidity is, and I can tell you what your health is. That's about it.
She doesn't play games as much as I do, so they're pretty easy for me. The next icon, it looks kind of like a hexagon with some streams around it, with some lines around it.
Looks like a hexagon and a hexagon.
Essentially, it's supposed to be a targeting symbol, so that's for ranged attacks. That's how many dice you get when you do a ranged attack. You also add to it on your card for the weapon. You also have an ATB. That's how many dice you add additional dice to your number to do your attack. The third icon, which is a triangle with some lines around it, that is actually considered your strength attribute. So that determines your melee dice attack roll. The fourth number is your mind, is what they call it. It's basically your mental power. It is for magical attacks or sonic attacks. And actually sonic defense. And also your strength icon, that third icon in the middle, is also used for physical defense against range attacks or melee attacks. So you roll that number of dice to try to defend successfully against an attack. Which, of course, you add on to it whatever your armor says. You can get armor boosts as well. That give you extra dice to roll for defense. And the last number is probably the most important one.
It is your health. That is one of the
health.
only ones I know. Because it's a heart. That's pretty simple.
It is. It is a heart, so it is health. You can put it down there. If you're good. Dragging away slowly. The circles that you saw at the end are places where you put skills as you level up your character. You can actually put skill tokens in there. And you can change them out as you play. But as you get experience, you learn new skills. You can get enhanced versions of the skills that make you stronger. And that's where you put them.
Oh, and at the very end of at least the long ones, there is a little thing at the corner, at the very end, that is different on each board most of the time. It could be the same picture, but it does not mean the skill is the same. But this is your main skill that the hero starts off with. In this case, this is Andromeda 2.0. This symbol on her little card that he showed earlier, but my version of it, fun, pretty much tells me that she is... What's the word for it?
Immune, was it? Nope. Or no, she can't be healed.
That's a lie right there. She can be healed, but only by skills or equipment that can affect genoids. Which pretty much means she needs a mechanic.
It's true.
And also means that I don't have to roll penalty dice for Andromeda.
The what? Penalty dice.
Whatever. I don't have to roll penalty dice.
Yeah, there are some effects that might make you roll penalty dice. So if you have like a negative effect to something or maybe a certain wound type or something on you could cause you to roll penalty. So you get one less roll or some other effect depending on what you're trying to do. Which hopefully we won't have any penalties. We haven't gotten one yet. And if we do, I'll have to look it up because we haven't quite gone over the penalty rules yet. Also, if you take more than 3 wounds during gameplay, you have to take a wound card, which is up here at the front. This is that little stack of deck right there. It's called wound cards, and those also give you negative effects based on what happened to the character. So I looked through some of them briefly. You might get like a leg wound that maybe reduce your AP by 1 or things like that.
I can't move. I've been immobilized.
Yeah, things like that. There's also a town. Not really a town. It's a spaceship, I should say. But essentially, in between missions, you get to go to your ship, which ends up being your base. I'm trying to grab the map here.
He's slugging it out.
And it's here. It's here. You might not be able to see the whole thing.
Because it's pretty large. Huge.
But you actually have this whole set of area here that is considered your base of operations. And I moved the satellite dish there, antenna there a little bit. But that essentially is where you go to do things in between missions. So that's where you would go to level. There's not really a shop per se, but you do have I'll go ahead and explain it just so people understand what's going on in between missions. But we'll probably go over it after we finish the mission as well. But you have things like a control room. You can gather elements from some of the missions you've beaten in the areas. There's an armory. If you go there, you can actually start with a reroll token, which we'll go over here in a short minute as well. The infirmary is very important. That, if you have a serious wound, that's the only way to clear it off in between missions. So if you have multiple characters on a mission that get serious wounds, when you go back, you might only be able to get one that won't have a wound on it for the next mission. Then you have a laboratory that has different effects. You have a meditation room, a training room, a workshop, and a warehouse. They can also all be upgraded as you play the game by items you get out in the field. And we'll try to go through that hopefully a little bit further when we play a little more. So we should go ahead and get started just so we can kind of get the mission done. Because soon it's going to be her bedtime since it is school night. Oh, please. Thank you.
I'm awake.
So, other things you might need to know ahead of time. So this dial will show you how it works when we get started. We also have these other dials. Each character has one. They all start at 1. Can't see, but on the other camera.
These, what I said earlier, these measure your threat.
Their threat value. They're called TV.
Oh, yeah.
They're threat value.
It's an acronym.
So as you do certain actions during the turns, your threat value will get higher and higher. So every damage you do to a normal-sized enemy or up, not the tiny ones, you get 1 threat value added. Also, when you kill an enemy, you also add a threat value. So sometimes in the missions, once you get above a certain threshold, the monsters may do different things. So,
is there any specific character you have to kill to get that threat value?
No, you can threat value anytime you do damage or you kill something. You also lose threat value. Oh, and heal. Healing gives you threat value as well. We forgot about that skill when we did that one. You can reduce threat. If you actually lose all your hit points and go unconscious, you actually lose some threat value. So,
I didn't know any of this.
Yeah, we're trying to kind of play through just to kind of figure out how it works, look at mechanics, watch a couple things online to figure out, make sure we're playing it all right. Had to correct a few things, but I think we pretty much got it in order now. So, as you can see on our map, just kind of go over what our elements here. Our 4 players are down here on these tiles. We have the range guys here and here on the other side of what they call an antenna, here in the middle. Our objective for this mission, I'll go ahead and tell you what it is, but we're going to read it here in a second as well, is at the end of the turn, which we'll show you on the dial how it works here in a minute as well, if there are enemies left around the antenna when we finish the mission, then we lose. So our objective here is to try to kill all the enemies surrounding the antenna, and if new ones do get summoned, which they will get summoned, we have to try to keep them away from the antenna if possible before we run out of time. So the other thing that's interesting with the game is you have the dial. So for this first mission, we're starting on what they call, Phase 1. I forgot the terminology. It's Phase 1 and
I just say 1.1.
It is called 1.1. It's the time shift.
It's 1 o'clock.
Essentially, it's not 1 o'clock. If you have the second dial, it would be like 1:05, right?
Oops, the middle dial's all off. Hold on.
Yeah. So, okay, we have the phase hand and the cycle hand. That's what the other term is. It's cycle hand. So the phase hand is the large part that you see that has the arrow pointing towards what area it is. And the cycle is the smaller numbers. It's 1 through, 12 on that small dial?
Yeah, the one I'm pointing at. Circular.
Yeah. So what happens is, as we play the mission, we kind of tick the time forward on the big dial, like one at a time. So it'll go like here next, and then it'll go here, and then it'll go here. And once we get around the 12, the cycle will increase from 1
to 2.
To 2. And in this particular mission, we have until
3.1.
Yeah, 3.1 to get through the mission, or else we lose. So that gives us 2 full cycles, which is essentially, I guess, like almost 24 turns, 23 turns or somewhat to finish the mission. So hopefully we'll get started. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. If we're playing it wrong, also please let us know in chat. This is our first time streaming it. Hopefully we're playing most of it right. But again, it is our first time, so be gentle, please. And if you make mistakes, it's probably her fault.
Half of it.
Her fault.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this now. I don't understand half of this at all.
Yep. And if you're watching this video after the fact, which probably several of you are, there is a video before this that is the unboxing video where I showed the main box, because I got all this in at the same time last week. And it shows all the stretch goals that we got, along with all the add-ons that I got, which are mostly character add-ons. So that'll just enhance the game. But right now, we just want to start with what's in the original box, minus these special long tiles for the characters. That's the only different thing in this set. So
yeah, we wouldn't have enough room on this table if we put those out.
Yeah.
It would take up.
So real quick, I'll just read off the briefing, and we'll go from there. So this mission is the first narrative mission. Oh, I should point out. You don't play this game like you would normal games like Gloomhaven or Madara, where you kind of go from one mission to the next mission to the next mission.
No.
This one requires you to finish a mission, and then in order to do the next one, you have to finish kind of optional missions, a certain number of them, in order to unlock the next mission.
And certain difficulty.
And certain difficulties, right. They have what's called DEFCON 4 to 1, so you might have to do missions of the DEFCON 4 to unlock the next mission, which are the lowest, easiest missions, all the way up to DEFCON 1, which are the hardest ones. So, let's get started. Okay?
Please.
All right. So first narrative mission 1. A warm welcome. The air generated by the Genesis engine shakes the trees in the designated landing area. Several bizarre creatures, typical of this planet's fauna, run away, terrified. The tailgate opens as your mind sets into exploration mode for your first mission. You need to secure the area and install the antenna that will allow you to map the entire planet. The holovisor sensors seem to be going crazy. You made a mistake. This planet is not uninhabited like you thought by advanced civilizations. Our victory condition is no enemy is adjacent to the antenna when time runs out. Our defeat condition are standard defeat conditions, which essentially is you run out of time or all your characters become incapacitated. The enemy objectives, so the little guys are primarily trying to stay adjacent to the antenna until one of our characters has a threat value higher than 4. Then they'll start moving towards us to attack us. And then the hunters, which are the bigger enemies in the back here, are trying to just attack the heroes.
Yeah.
Our only other special rule in this one is at 2-1, so when our dial goes all the way around once, comes back to 1, we have to do a enemy draft. So that means we draw one of this card, and then whatever we get, we're supposed to put next to the summon. So it'll either be here in this square next to the summoning area, or right here because the hunter's going to move. So other than that, I think we are ready to go. I'll put this book away, and then we'll get started. All right. So as we said, because we have this dial, the gameplay moves a little bit differently than most games. You know, most games like Gloomhaven, you draw the cards to determine who goes first, right? In a lot of the other kind of board games, the player might go first. In Madara, you actually draw these cards and set them out on the table to determine the order that the enemies and players move in. In this game, it's all controlled by the dial.
So, we go around from 1 to 12. So if the red ones that have a red ring are enemies, so you see they happen to have the 1 phase and the 3rd phase. The white tokens would be characters. There is a little tiny picture on the tokens to determine whose character we have. Like the one I'm holding right now would be the medic.
Andromeda. Or no, sorry.
Alexandra.
I got the names wrong. So sorry.
Well, it's Alexandra and Andromeda 2.0, so it's fine. So
Alright.
we start off this game with these Spriggans. Yeah, they're going to shoot us.
Yep, which are the small enemies. So, what we're going to start with this one is line of sight rolls for these guys. You actually have this long... I'll grab it. You have this long... They actually give you a line of sight tool. Woo! Here, I'll show it in the other camera too. So they actually give you a line of sight tool, which is essentially just a long piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
So the way you measure in this game is you take the middle part of a tile, and then as long as they have a line of sight directly to the middle of another part of a tile, like I'm doing over here to the Andromeda 2.0, that means they can hit that character, if nothing else is in the way. So we've already measured this out because we played this a little bit already.
Yeah.
So essentially what's going to happen is this first Spriggan's going to attack this guy here. This is Ahab, I don't know how to say his name. A-C-H-A-B. We're going to go with that. Ahab, or Ahab. So the first Spriggan is going to attack Ahab. Since I have a strength of 3, my armor also has 2 extra defense, so I get to roll 5 of these green dice in order to try to defend. Now, attacking and defending for the enemies is also a little bit unique. You have to roll on the card. It tells you the damage you need to avoid the attack. So in this case, I need to roll 2 range attack symbols, which is going to be the bullet symbols, in order to defeat or not to take any damage. Now, the cool part is they do have an effect on the ranged weapon for these guys. Because they haphazardly fire with this little minigun that they have, it has a chance to blow up. So if I can roll at least 2 bullets, and it's a gear symbol, right?
POW.
Oh, it's a POW symbol, sorry. A POW symbol, which is a 1 in 6 chance for a POW, then they actually blow up and die. So we're going to roll it here. Okay, well, I have a POW here, and a bullet here, and a bullet here.
Die.
So we put it on the camera, right there. So he actually gets blown up. Now, these are tiny characters, so they do not provide any loot in this mission. There are some special missions where they do provide loot, because I kind of read ahead a little bit.
And since you were not the one to kill him, you don't get any threat value.
Well, with the tinies, you actually don't get threat value because they're so small. I guess the enemies just ignore that you killed one of the small guys off. So,
They're little minions. They don't matter.
They are. So, now the other one's going to attack me as well, because I'm direct line of sight for him, so we feel like that's the best way to do it.
And closer.
And closer. The enemies generally target closest or whoever has the highest threat. Okay, well, I got 3 bullets this time, but no POW. So he does not blow up, so his gun does not malfunction. I did provide roll at least 2 bullets, which I needed, so I do not take any damage on that attack.
And here I go.
So for this minion over here, we determined that this one can shoot at Andromeda 2.0, who's the closest enemy right here to it. And I think you get 4. Is it 4 to roll?
No.
Or you want to try to roll your shield to prevent all damage?
Nah.
Nah? Okay.
So I actually have a drone that each time Andromeda receives a physical attack, which would be a melee or a ranged attack, I roll a dice and see if I can obtain the shield, which is a 1 in 6 chance on a dice. But I'm only allowed to roll 1 dice. If I get the shield, the attack is completely canceled. But the problem with that in this case is that then there's not a chance he'll blow up. So you know what? We're going to make him blow up.
Well, she's going to try.
Yeah, you're right. Try.
She hasn't had good luck with this quite yet, so we'll see how she does.
I suck at dice rolling.
She does. She's pretty terrible. Oh, 1 rolled off. Let's see what you got. Okay, well, you got only 1 bullet. So unfortunately, that means she takes 1 wound. So we have these little heart tokens. So she gets to put that on her character now. Although Andromeda does have 6 hit points, most of the other characters only have 5, I think.
That is because Andromeda 2.0 is cybernetic. She cannot be healed by the medic easily.
Yeah.
The only way the medic can heal her would be to destroy the drone the healer has.
Yep. Okay, and we also determined earlier with the line of sight tool, off camera, that this one, because the antenna square actually ends here, there's no line of sight to any players because we'll go through the antenna, which is taking up these 4 squares in the middle here. So, that character's now done. Now the way we move enemies. Enemies are moved based on their action points. They have 4 action points, so that red token will now move 4 squares clockwise down the dial. Also, in case you're wondering about the symbols on the dial, you might not be able to see them very well, but there's a red symbol, a blue symbol, and a green symbol. There are enemies and probably some heroic effects as well that could happen depending on which dial you're actually landing on. So,
Hunter.
yes. For the Hunter character, if they're on the green dial, at the end of their turn, I believe, or it might be at the beginning of their turn, they actually heal 1 hit point, 1 wound if they have a wound on.
Yeah, and those things are already not fun. So, well, the next characters to go based on our chart would either be Andromeda or Ahab. So you or me? I say you.
You gotta turn the dial first, so she did not turn the dial.
Oh, I'm so bad at that. Okay.
I'm making her do all the heavy lifting.
Well, duh.
You'll get over it.
Your turn.
Well, actually, I go first because of AP. I have 6 rapidity.
I have 5.
So, generally, the person with the higher speed, I'm more rapid than she is. So, I got to go first. So, the other thing we didn't quite mention with the way the dial moves with the players, you choose what you want the player to do. You move the dial down that number, and then you do the action with your character. You can stop at any point. I have 6 AP, but I don't have to use 6 AP. I could use 1 AP if I want to. Okay, I could use 4 out of the 6. I could use 5 out of the 6. You got to choose what you want to do with your character, which kind of makes it interesting because the way it is right now, for example, if I move, if you look at the dial where I am, if I said move 3 squares forward, for example, okay, I would then land on where the Spriggans would be, and therefore, because I'd be on the same circle as him, when the dial came around to his area, I would actually get to go before the Spriggan did. So that would give me a free attack if I wanted to do that. However, my weapon is a 1 to 4 range gunblade. I don't have anybody in range, so I'd have to move at least 1 square, so let's go ahead and just move the 1 square forward. So go ahead and move my dial down 1. And then I'm going to go ahead and choose to attack, which is going to be 3 more AP, so 3 more. So that is going to put me after the Spriggan. But my hope is that I can kill him, and I don't have to worry about it. So, for my gunblade, I have 1 ATB on it, which gives me 1 extra dice, and my range is 3. So I get 4 dice to roll, and essentially any bullet symbols that I roll is worth 1 wound. Now, these Spriggans are very weak. 1 hit point is all it needs to kill him. So I only need, on this thing, 1 bullet to kill him. Just 1. That's all I need.
Let's try your luck.
So, let's change one thing, actually. Move me 1 more square. I'm going to do a focus.
Ooh.
By spending 1 AP before my attack, I can do a focus, which allows me to keep a die for my next attack if I choose to. So what I'm hoping is that if I can get more than 1 of these bullet symbols, then I can actually save it for a future attack. The problem is these hunters have 1 armor on, so when I attack them, you're already going to lose 1 hit against them because they absorb 1 hit every time. So let's roll the 4 and see what we got. Okay, so I did pretty terrible. Not going to lie.
Got 1 bullet at least.
I did get 1 bullet, so the 1 bullet here is going to kill the Spriggan. And
I say keep.
Because the hunter, well, the problem is the hunters are immune to explosions.
Oh, yeah.
So if I roll that, that dice actually gets nullified against the hunter. So what I'm going to do is, because my next attack will probably end up being physical, I'm going to keep this one, which is a physical attack plus a push. I don't have anything with the pushes right now, but I'll keep the physical attack.
Yeah.
So then this one dies, and my turn is now over.
And it is my turn with Andromeda. Lovely lady. She's entirely cybernetic. I think I've already mentioned this, though, so...
Probably.
Yeah, I know I have. Okay, so my character has a 2 to 6 range. With a 1 ATB, and damages also bullets.
We also should mention that the movement in this game, because they're squares, you cannot move diagonally. Okay? So anything you do has to be Side to side, left and right, up or down. Right. And also, any kind of squares, we do that the same way. So, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this character is within range.
And considering he shot me earlier, we're going to shoot him back. So it takes 3 AP to attack. So that would put me with the Spriggan.
Yep.
And I'm also going to focus because I really hate hunters. So...
Well, if you focus, though, you're going to be one past the Spriggan. If you don't focus and you miss, you could do another attack.
You're right. We're just going to go with this.
Don't you have one more dice roll?
Thank you. I hadn't grabbed the dice yet. We're not going to focus then. You're right. It makes more sense not to. And this one gives me 1 more dice. So I have 4 dice to roll. And I've got to roll some bullets. And I also have something called Sustained Attack, which means I can re-roll them if they have a gear on them. If I choose to, at least. They could have a bullet and then I don't want to re-roll them.
Well, she did get a gear, which is right there. You could re-roll if you want to, but you don't need to because you already got a bullet symbol right there.
Yeah, pretty much. Die, fool. Die.
Where's the chest that was here?
It's moved slightly.
Oh, it moved slightly. Okay. Yeah, you might not be able to see. There's actually a loot chest behind this bush over here. It got moved earlier by accident, but there's one area we can get loot.
Yeah.
And the hunters will drop loot if we kill them before the turns are over.
Okay, so I just did my 3 moves, and I think I'm just going to stop there, so...
Okay, so turn the dial. Now we move the dial to the next area, which is, what, phase 3?
Yes, with Alexandra and the hunter.
So...
And since the rapidity is the exact same, I'm pretty sure it's the monster that goes first, correct?
Correct. So unfortunately in this game, they pretty much want the monsters to get the advantage. They want to make it harder. So anytime the monster's rapidity is the same as a hero, the monsters always move first. Yeah. So the hunters are going to move. They have rapidity of 5.
I do too.
So they're going to move 5 squares closer because there's nobody in range. By the way, it also takes a certain amount of AP for them to do an attack. So, for example, the hunters require 3 AP. No, sorry, is it 3 AP? I can't see. Yeah, 3 AP to do a physical attack. So they're probably not going to be able to do an attack, but they're going to move as close as they can. So the one over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to be right up in front of me because he's going to want to try to attack me. And this one, let's say... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No. I would believe you'd stay
5.
closer to the antenna. The other one just gets closer because he wants that advantage on you.
Yep. Well, you're right. You probably move there anyway because that would be a square closer. No. Either one would work. It's same distance away.
Yes, it's just they want to...
I think they're going to want to move there. I mean, their objective is to protect the antenna from us, right? So that's what we think they're going to do.
Correct.
All right, so we need to move the monster now. He actually moves 5 squares forward. Not squares. 5 phases forward, I guess it would be, right?
Phase is on the clock.
Yep.
And then it's Alexandra's turn.
The healer.
The medic.
Close enough.
Yes, I know.
She gets to heal with a fun little drone.
Yes, she's lovely. Okay, so...
You know, the drones actually look a lot like the drones in Destiny.
Yes, they do.
Flying drones, you should show them.
Okay, so here is...
Especially a healing drone.
My
looks
medic
a lot like
drone.
Like a Destiny drone.
And my other drone is my defense drone for Andromeda. But yeah, he looks like he's got a little shield on him.
And, you know, we may not have mentioned this. The game is futuristic based, so it's sci-fi.
Oh.
We probably should have mentioned that earlier, but we didn't. And the whole purpose of the game is you're trying to colonize what you thought was an empty planet, but you land there and find out, no, has people on it that are smart.
Oh, crap.
You primarily think it's like a hunting planet for this faction. So I guess you kind of think like a predator hunting planet, and you landed there trying to colonize. So
didn't work out.
Good luck. Yep.
Lovely time. Sounds like a great place to go for a vacation, doesn't it? Try to prey on some predators and, well, become prey. Well, let's see if we're not screwed yet. Okay, so Alexandra will go, and no, we're gonna attack the hunter because I can't attack the other one. So we're gonna attack the hunter that's just right in front of Ahab, and see if I can hurt this stinking thing. I normally can't, just to forewarn you guys. So it's four dice for me. 3 dice because of attacking, and then 1 dice for the ATB. My range for this one is 1 through 5, and I need to go 3 spots forward because that's how much AP this takes. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm in phase 6. And I think I'll focus because because I can.
Sure.
So it means I can keep one of my dice. And also with my Alexandra, I can re-roll on brains.
Well, you got 2 brains.
Yeah, I'm going to re-roll both of them.
and no bullet yet, so.
Move these aside because there's no point for those.
Well, I mean, you could keep it.
I might keep one of those. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know if it would help you, though.
Nope.
Wow.
Well, I got that bullet.
But you don't hurt him.
Nope.
But you can keep that for next time. Because you had to focus.
Yep.
So she's going to keep the bullet for next time she rolls.
Considering it's absolutely useless.
Yep.
So I absolutely no damage. And
Just put that on your weapon card. That's how you keep the reroll.
Yeah, we'll keep it with the shield and the bullet and the clock.
Okay, and you're done now?
Yes, I am.
So turn the dial to the next phase, please.
It is time for Jukas.
So Jukas is the primary psionic in the game. So he uses a lot of magical style attacks, I guess. Of course, in the beginning you have none, but the one thing you do have is a skill called Premonition. So basically, all heroes within 3 squares of him get a reroll token if they have no reroll tokens.
So I'm going to grab some... I'm grabby hands right now.
Yep.
Which kind of makes sense considering Alexandra has 6 arms.
Yep. And it only gives it to other heroes, not himself. But my helm, I believe it's helm?
Yes, it's your helm.
Yes. My helm actually, during my phase, if I do not have a reroll token on the helm, I get to keep one for later. So we're just going to keep that one for later.
Your turn still.
Your
turn still.
Yes. I was just double checking everything else. Making sure I didn't need anything else. And we're looking good so far. So
I could say fight.
I can't really fight because I can't move an attack.
True.
Well, I guess I could move 1 square. And I do have a reach of 2 with my energy scourge weapon.
You could go before the Spriggan.
Yeah, we can try it out. So what I will do is I'll move 1 square forward, so 1 AP forward. And then 3 more AP to attack. That's going to put me in the same phase as the hunter. So he's going to get attack anyway. You know what? Go ahead and move me 1 more square forward, and I'll go ahead and do a focus as well. So I'm going to roll 4 dice. It is... Nope, sorry, 2 ATB. So I get 5 dice. Yeah, I get 3 physical and 2 ATB on that, so I get 5 dice to roll. I'm going to keep 1 of them because I did a focus, and I am going to be after the hunter next phase. But hopefully, if I can get at least a good dice roll, then we'll see what happens. Okay, so I did get 2 physical attacks here. I also got 2 brains. But I believe because that has a POW on it, and he's immune to those, I believe this dice goes away, is my understanding of how it works.
This one has a brain too.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to keep the brain one for later. Only because if I get 2 brains on it, it becomes a sonic attack. So I have 2 brains here. This becomes a magic attack now instead of physical, and he has no magic resistance, so I actually still end up doing 1 damage to him.
Yep.
So 1 wound to that hunter. One bad thing that they don't have with this game is they don't have any easy way to track the damage on the monsters. So generally what we do is we just kind of put it in the same tile or on their character if they can fit it to show that he's taken 1 hit point of damage. And there's a back to these tokens, so that would be like a single hit point. And on the back is filled in heart is 3.
Also, Your threat just went up.
You are correct. My threat did go up.
Threat.
So my threat goes up from 1 to 2 for Jukas because I did do 1 point of damage to the hunter.
Yes.
And I think I am done.
And we turn to the next phase, which is Andromeda and the Spriggans. Yeah.
So
But
Andromeda
I go first.
goes before the Spriggans. So yep, you're up. What are you going to do?
Well, let's see. We're gonna attack a hunter.
Okay, the one that's already been hurt or a different one?
I think you're gonna go with the one that's already hurt.
Well, I was going to plan on attacking him
Now we'll go with the one that
next
isn't
round.
hurt.
So okay.
We'll go with the one that isn't hurt because I'll probably not be able to hurt him in general. So try for efforts. Told you I wouldn't be able to hurt it.
Wow.
I should have focused, not think about it. I didn't move my thing either. 1, 2, 3. Oh well, I didn't focus. I didn't think about
Isn't
it.
that a reroll?
But I did get a gear, so that means I can reroll it.
Though you're still going to miss, so.
Yeah? Okay.
Just saying. You don't get any other special effect, do you?
Nope. But I got a bullet. I didn't hurt it, but I got a bullet.
Yep. Hit it for 1 damage, which still does nothing.
I need 2 to actually hurt it. That's why I said I probably won't be able to hurt the thing.
Well, you also don't have good luck with dice rolling anyway, so.
Oh, heck no.
So next up, we're going to continue with the Spriggan. The Spriggan, nobody has a threat value of higher than 4 yet, so it's not going to move.
And there's no one it can attack, I don't think.
Well, I mean, I guess it could move. Could it still move?
It might possibly move 1 forward, so it's still near it, but still has an advantage to attack somebody.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing the book said was, grab the wrong book. The campaign book just said, stay next to the antenna. It didn't say it wouldn't move now.
So it could move to a different location, like it could move 1 spot forward.
Yeah, it just says stay adjacent to the antenna. So I think it could move forward 1 square.
I say
Let's say it move forward 1 square. That's 1 AP. Well, it doesn't matter. You got to move 4 AP anyway. But that would allow it to now attack.
I think it would attack either Andromeda or Ahab.
I think it's going to attack Jukas. Because Jukas has 2 threat.
You're right.
Because it does focus on whoever has the most threat, as long as it's within range. And they have 2 to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it can hit Jukas. So I think it's going to attack Jukas.
Yeah.
So I have 3 defense with Jukas, and I do get 1 more. So I have to roll at least 2 bullets to not take any damage.
One.
All right, so I will go ahead and re-roll, use my re-roll token, and try to re-roll this dice at random, because I can. And didn't get it. So Jukas takes 1 damage.
I would have probably kept a different dice.
Why?
Because that one had a pal.
No, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Doesn't matter. I failed anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some people watching.
Oh, hello. I cannot read right now.
They're rating us. Welcome, everyone, to the Sine Tempore game.
I'm being rated. I don't understand what that means, so.
We got some new viewers watching. Hi. Welcome to the party.
I'm a fool at this.
All right. So for anybody who just joined us, we're playing a board game, Sine Tempora, or Sine Tempora. I forget how to pronounce it again.
Sine Tempora.
Yes, I am aware of what the rate is. She does not know. She's still relatively new streaming. Just for everybody here, I'm Bobby.
I'm Kat.
And welcome to Day After Day Gaming. So we're going to continue our board game here. So far, we've taken down a few enemies. We're trying to finish up the rest of them, and then we'll see how we go.
Hopefully we don't die.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good so far. So.
Probably.
All right. Now go ahead and move the monster 3 more squares forward.
2, 3,
All right.
yes.
Feel free to ask any questions if you don't know what's going on. We are here.
I don't know what's going on half the time.
She is true about that.
Or at this very moment, so.
Yep.
I can just tell you're playing a board game that kind of makes no sense in some cases. Okay, moving.
She'll get over it. Or not, we'll see.
Moving past phase 6 to phase 7, and I just moved the center thing.
Yeah, you're fine.
Back. Okay, it is Ahab's turn because I have less rapidity.
So my hero over here is going to go ahead and attack this guy. Now I do one special attack, which is called a chain attack for 4 AP. So we're going to do 4 AP. So move me ahead 4 squares on the phase dial.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you. I keep saying squares, but it's not really squares.
Thing.
It's a clock. But we're going to move ahead 4 areas, and then we are going to do 2 attacks now. So I got to do a blade shot, ranged attack, because I can do 1 of 4 range. And we're going to do a blade slash, which also allows me to do 5 dice to roll. So we're going to go ahead and do the blade slash first, because I kept the dice from earlier. So hopefully we can kill him off.
Please. I hate these stupid things.
And I had a terrible, terrible roll.
Well, I got 2 no, you got 3 bullets.
Yeah, but I was doing the blade slash. Because I wanted to do melee. Now, I did keep an extra one from earlier, so we'll go ahead and just claim that I did do 1 damage to him. Because I throw the extra dice in there, so we will take 1 more wound from that guy. He still has 2 hit points left.
Too bad I didn't do range attack.
I know, right? I could use a reroll token. Now we'll save for the next one. Now we're going to do a ranged attack. Oh, and my threat value goes up by 1. So he now is at 2 threat value. Now we're going to take our 4 dice here to try to do the ranged attack.
Please kill him, please kill him, please kill him.
Alright, so we got 2 bullets.
You just rolled 4 dice.
That's how many I needed for the range. I only have 1 with the range, and then 3.
You got 2 bullets!
But I am going to use my reroll token, and reroll 1 of these 2, in the hopes that if we get 1 more bullet, we can kill him. Kill him!
Please. Dang
Negative.
it!
Okay. Well, we did 1 more damage to him, so... What? I got stopped. Alright.
Flip the token over.
Yes, flipping the token over. Yay. So that hunter's now at 3 damage. I did go up 1 more threat value for Ahab.
Thank heaven.
But he still has 1 hit point left, so I didn't kill him, which is unfortunate.
You have no idea.
Alright, who's up next?
I am with Alexandra.
So we have a healer who is probably now going to try to take the initiative and kill off the hunter. Hopefully.
Try. Is the
You did have a focus left over, right here. So hopefully, if you just do your attack, you might be able to kill it.
Let's kill this stupid thing, please. So I am going to do range of 1 to 5. He happens to be a range. Hallelujah for that. And kill this stupid thing. I need to move my character down 3.
Yep.
I'm attacking the stupid
3 phases down.
Now, die, you stupid monster, hopefully.
Oh, you got him.
I don't even have to use my focus.
You don't have to use your focus. You can save it for later. So she got 2 bullets. It does have defensive 1, but it already has 3 hit points total out of 4. So it took 1 more damage. She killed it. So
and
you
just
actually
for
get
the fun, I can reroll this.
You get 2 threat as well, because you get 1 threat for doing 1 damage and 1 threat for killing it. So now
we killed a normal.
So now our healer actually has the most threat out of the whole party so far. Where are my tokens for there?
Oh yeah. My turn's not over yet either.
Are you doing something else?
Yes.
What are you gonna do?
I'm healing Andromeda. Actually, no, I'm healing Jukas.
Okay.
Because that makes more sense.
Here are my tokens. Sorry, I had to find tokens.
I'm gonna heal Jukas, which means I roll 3 dice and see how many teardrops I get. Hopefully I get some. I just need 1 at least. Well, I got zilch.
You want to use your reroll?
And we're going to use my reroll because Jukas' turn is coming up, so.
Alright, she's going to grab 1 of her dice there and try a reroll. See if she can get at least 1. Thank you. 1 teardrop. And she failed miserably. But like we said before, dice rolling is not her strong point.
Oh, heck no. I fail half the time. Extremely. Over and over. Continuously.
Yep.
Your turn.
Alright, so who's up next? The hunter, I think, is first, right?
We've got the hunter up, that dreadful creature.
Alright. So this hunter is going to want to try to get to you, but it can't.
Yeah, it can.
No, it can't. It can't jump over. Well, okay, it's going to try to move as close as it can, though. To here?
Yeah.
And that's going to use 3 out of 5 its AP. It can't attack.
No.
And it can't engage you because you're too far away. I guess it could engage one of the other 2 heroes. Is Andromeda have any threat on? No.
Yeah.
So it's going to use its last AP to actually engage my character. What the engage means is it's now going to be in melee range for me, so I can't move away from it without disengaging from it, which makes me use more AP up. So.
And I move the hunter 5 spaces forward.
It's not necessarily anything too bad, so.
Engaged, engaged, engaged,
I'm not engaged, but not like a wedding way.
Well, we just watched Addams Family Values, so.
All right.
There's a marriage gone wrong.
Yeah. All right. Moving right along. The hunter already moved 5 forward. He did?
I think
on the dial? Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's your turn, right? Is that Andromeda?
Yeah.
So you're up. Not my turn, your turn.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. My turn.
Except you can't attack. Well, I guess you could attack this guy.
I'm attacking that guy because I can't attack the hunter.
Yeah.
Too bad. I don't have a range of 1.
That's the only problem with her cybernetic robot friend. You can actually punch people, though. I'm just saying you can. I think it's just 3 dice. I'd have to look it up to confirm.
1, 2, 3.
You're going to shoot at this guy instead?
Oh, and focus.
Oh, and to focus. Okay. Roll it up. So if she can at least get 1 bullet, it dies. She got 1 bullet. Don't you get a reroll on... No, but you get a reroll on that one. Which you don't want.
Nope.
So it dies.
And...
But are you going to keep anything for focus?
I already focused, so we're going to keep it POW.
Right.
Just in case we have those stupid little Spriggans come back out and I actually manage to get 2 bullets.
Yeah, we're almost to where the enemies get a new summon, so they might attack us here shortly.
Spriggans are back around, but Jukas goes first.
Yep, Jukas has 5 rapidity, so he goes before the Spriggans that have 4 rapidity. Actually, the Spriggans are all dead, so it doesn't matter. Now, I have a range of 2 because he has this long spear that he gets to jab people with. Jab, jab, jab. So we're going to attack that guy in melee range. I get 5 dice to roll, and I need the fist symbols in order to hit him.
1, 2. I count 2.
We got 2. And I did get 1 brain, and I kept a brain from earlier, so this actually turns into magic, or psionic, mental damage. So now the hunter has no defense against that. He takes 2 damage. You got it?
And try to put it under his feet.
Alright. So he's halfway down. We're getting there. You do not. Can you move me forward 3? And I will go ahead and end my turn.
Okay.
So, Spriggans are up next. There are no Spriggans because we killed them all. So, he just moves forward 4 squares. Or 4 phases, excuse me.
Okay, and then we go past phase 10, and it's Ahab's turn.
Phase 11?
Ahab.
Alright, so I will go ahead and use 4 AP. Actually, use 5, and I'll focus. So I'm going to try to do 2 attacks against him, and I'm going to keep 1 of my dice during the attack. So I'm going to roll for the melee attack first. So I get 5 dice, and I need the fist symbols in order to hurt the hunter.
1.
But that's a POW, which goes away. So I basically completely missed on my melee attack. I swung and hit air.
Yeah.
So now I will... do I want to keep one of these for later? You know what? I'm going to keep the bullet symbol because I'm now doing a ranged attack. So in theory, I will at least get 1 hit, if nothing else.
Yeah.
So now I get 4 dice for my ranged attack in range of 1. I did get 2 bullets, and I'm going to add the bullet I just saved.
Thank you.
He has 1 armor, so 1 goes away.
Kill it.
That goes away. But he takes 2 damage, so he is now dead.
Thank you.
Oh.
Dang thing.
Now I go up by 3.
Yes.
So I'm now at 6 threat value. Now Ahab is the most threatening person on the board.
Andromeda's the least. And she's the one covered in cybernetics. I like
She
how the medic is more threatening than her.
I took top billing.
Okay, so it's...
Oh, we need a chest, which I grabbed some earlier.
Ooh. Can Alexandra go first?
Sure.
Yay. I'm moving 3.
Where are you moving to?
Right there.
Are you picking up both chests?
Yes.
So Alexandra has a special ability where she can do a, what do you call it, collect icon? They're up there.
Collect or interact.
Yes, collect or interact. So she can collect or interact things on the ground for free. It doesn't cost her any AP at all.
So we'll grab the top 2.
So she's getting 2 items, which are?
I've got a green energy cell. Yay, I can use that. And a blue energy cell. I don't care about that.
Well, but the blue energy cell can be used for a extra defense roll. It tells you at the bottom. Yeah, you can give it to other players later.
Yeah,
or to your own player
we'll
when you're next to my
blue. Up in the corner.
Okay, so those 2 treasures now come off the board. And
I'm done.
the game doesn't actually end, even though there's nothing on the board. We still have to keep going until we reach, what is it? Cycle 3, Phase 1. So we still have to go around at least one more time. Enemies are about to summon, so we'll see what we get. So, Jukas or Andromeda?
Oh, I should have healed you all. Oh, well.
That's okay. I'll just go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just move him 5 squares forward. So just move Jukas for me on the dial. We're going to move him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay!
And then we have...
What do you have your robot girl do?
We are going to move her. 1, 2, 3.
Moving her 3? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm at least closer to this right over here.
And go ahead and move the dial for it. Move the player icon down 3. All right.
And then 2.
So we've now hit phase...
Going to what?
Yep. Cycle 2, Phase 1. We now do a summon. So we're going to now turn this card over. And we get Hunters. You want to keep the Hunters? Or do you want... Ahab has a special ability that if I don't like this draw, which is the Hunters, they're the harder characters to kill, but they do drop loot. So it's a 50-50.
Kill it.
We're going to summon 2 of them, though.
Crap.
So do we want to have 2 enemies? I mean, we should be okay. We just might take some wounds or damage. So.
Let's do this.
All right. We'll go ahead and attack the Hunters. So we'll bring in 2 new Hunters. Here and here. And as long as we get past the next 12 phases and they're gone, we're golden. So.
Yes.
But now they go.
Yep.
So this Hunter is going to attack my character Jukas here. So I have to roll 4 dice for defense. Oh, and you got a reroll token earlier. I forgot to give you, sorry.
Okay.
Because Jukas.
Yep, I'll put Alexandra back.
So I get to roll 4 of these, and I need to roll... What do I need to roll defense against then? It is 2 bullets and a teardrop?
Incorrect. It's 2 fists.
Oh, 2 fists and a teardrop.
Correct.
Okay. So on these 4 die, I have to roll at least 2 of the fist symbols and 1 teardrop to take no damage. Other than that, everything is considered a wound, 1 damage.
1 fist and a teardrop.
1 fist and 1 teardrop. So I take 1 damage. So Jukas is at 2 damage now.
Need to be healed soon.
Soon.
Ish.
Yep, soon-ish. Something fell. Oh well. We'll figure out what to drop later. And the other hunter is going to move closer, probably towards you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep. That would make the most sense.
All right, let's move that character on the dial. 5 squares. See, I planned for this, so in case I get to where Jukas is up next, I do have a chance to move out of the way and not get attacked. So.
And Spriggans move up because there's not on there.
Spriggans move up, right, but we don't have any Spriggans left, but we still move them on the dial.
And we skip phase 2 on to phase 3. Both my characters go, actually. We're going to start off with Alexandra, though.
What's her heal range?
3. That's where I'm headed.
So you got to move at least one closer to me.
One over.
Okay.
So we'll move down one. And then healing is 2 AP, so we're going to move that forward. And we're going to be in the same spot as the hunters, but hunters will still go before me either way, so...
Okay, roll your 3 dice, see if you can heal me at all.
I'm also going to do a focus.
Okay.
There's no point, so...
Does focus work for that?
Doesn't say it doesn't.
Okay, let's give it a shot. So, she actually got 2. We already had a focus. You can't focus again.
But what if it's not the same thing?
Ooh, good point. Okay, I'll let it happen for now. I don't know, we'll see. Well, do you want to just heal for the 2 then and not worry about the focus? Because I do have 2 damage.
Actually, no, this is
Yeah,
useful.
no point, so... I don't know if you... I think you only focus on weapons. I don't think you can focus on that.
Oh, well, then we'll just...
Move back 1.
Okay.
So, she did roll 2 of the teardrop symbols, so that actually gives me 2 hit points back. So now, Jukas is no longer hurt.
Oh, which also means her threat value goes up.
Yes.
By 2?
I think you just get one more up for healing. I don't think you have per heal, I think.
That would make sense, actually. Okay.
We'll confirm later.
And now it is time for Andromeda 2.0. And the thing is, I'm too close. Back up.
Yeah, he didn't have a chance to engage you because he didn't have any AP, so...
Yeah.
You can move 1 back and attack.
Attack the dang thing! Die, sucker!
4 dice, right?
Yes, it is.
Alright, roll your 4 dice and see what you get. Unfortunately, that dice is not going to help you.
Yeah, I know. But it could help me if the thing attacks me.
Yeah, because it will be a physical roll.
I've got a bullet.
Well, you got a reroll on that one, right?
And a reroll, and I'm not going to reroll that one.
Do you want to reroll this one too with your reroll dice? Your reroll token?
We'll start to see what this one gets first, and then.
Okay.
And we're going to do a reroll, because I've got this reroll token sitting here.
Alright, so roll 1 of them. See, this is what we mean bad rolling. So she actually did no damage to it.
Yes. Fabulous.
That's right, I can do rolling for both of us, so.
1, 2, 3.
Alright.
I forgot to move down, so.
Oh, that's fine. You're fine.
And I am done too.
Alright, move us to the next phase, please.
Phase
Is it
4,
whose turn?
we have...
Ahab?
No, Ahab.
Alright, so Ahab's turn now. I'm all the way back here, though, so...
Kill something.
I'm not in range to kill anything.
I know. But it's still fun to say. Kill something, Daddy!
Alright, I do have a bunch of AP, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and move up 3. 1, 2, 3 to this guy, and I will go ahead and attack him. So I need you to move me 6 total. And I'm going to attack him with a melee attack. So that is going to be 5 dice. I got to roll fists in order to hit him. And I did not roll a single fist. So...
We're having a great time with that.
Well, see, I wanted to go for the easier enemies. You're one of these guys, so just saying.
Yeah,
all right.
Whatever.
So my turn's over. It is next phase. Looks like Jukas.
Yeah, because there's no Spriggan, so Jukas first.
Yeah, Jukas first. So I don't actually need to move. I can attack from there.
With a ranged weapon?
Yeah, because I have a reach of 2. So we're going to go ahead and...
Question.
What?
Does the reach of 2 go diagonal?
Well, reach of 2 is still 1, 2.
Yeah, true.
So it should still reach him fine. It's going to be 5 attack. I need the fist symbols to hit him. And I do have a reroll token. Oh, and anybody in... 1, 2... So these 2 characters get reroll tokens back if they use them. I'm good. Alright.
The one person that needs a reroll back is not in range. We got 1 fist. We got 2 fists.
And 2 brains.
And 2 brains.
So he takes 2 damage. Because the brains make it a mental attack, and they have no mental resistance, only physical. So
I just sit next to him this time around.
Yep, I am. So he's halfway down on health. And you move me forward 3. for the attack.
And Spriggan's moves down 4. Oh, and one more turn. The hunters get 1 hit point back.
Oh. We gotta try to kill him.
Well,
I don't know if we will.
At least try to kill the one in the corner.
Right. Okay, so next phase, the hunter goes first. Alright. So this hunter is going to engage my character here. Focus on him.
Because you the much greater.
I do have the higher threat value. That one's not going to be able to go through me, so I think he's probably just going to sit where he is. He can move 1 square forward, I guess. It won't hurt. He's going to move that square and still attack Jukas, so... oh, he can engage him, actually.
Yeah. You didn't bring any more.
I didn't bring any more out. We will get one. We will get one.
Hurrah.
Once I find it. There we go.
Did you find one, Daddy?
I did. I have a whole counter tray full of tokens, so... which I just spilled everywhere.
I'll clean up later.
Yep. That will be for cleanup for later. Alright. At least I didn't get too many in the camera. That was good.
Or all over the board.
It's just all over my mouse pad, so spills happen. Alright. So let me go ahead and roll for defense for Ahab, which I believe I get 5 to roll. I need to roll 2 fists and a teardrop, not to get hurt. Fist and a teardrop. So I take 1 damage. Oh, they have bleed. I forgot about bleed.
I forgot about the 2.
Bleed means at the end of that character's next turn, I take a hit point of damage.
So every time they've attacked us so far, we're actually supposed to get a bleed, too.
But only if you got hurt by them. So Jukas probably should have been hurt a little more. Actually, he probably should be hurt by 1. No, because he would have... you healed him, so...
I only healed him for 2, the 2 points I already had.
That's true. Oh, well, screwed that up. We'll try to fix it next time.
Yeah.
And I need to roll 4. Yeah, we did just open this game last week, so bear with us, please.
Bullet.
I don't want a bullet.
I know.
I need fists. Alright, so Jukas takes 1 damage and a bleed. We'll add that properly this time. Alright, so they're done moving 5, please.
Well, know what I'm happy about?
What?
You're in range of 2 of me.
That is true.
We're going to heal Jukas because he needs it.
1. You know what? They're not going to get... They're only going to get 1 more turn. We just have to try to kill them. I would say we're better off focusing trying to kill them versus trying to heal. If Jukas takes a wound, I can heal him in the infirmary afterwards.
True.
I would say attack.
Okay. 4 dice it is.
It won't matter if you attack now anyway. You can still go before him, so you can still heal me next turn. There you go. New dice. No, don't worry about that.
I hit the camera.
You hit the camera.
I hit the camera.
Butterfinger's over here. Of course, I am too. I dropped the whole counter tray, so.
Good.
You didn't get any. Completely missed. You get a reroll on what? Nothing. Brains. You get reroll on brains.
Oh,
you get 3 rerolls.
I have 3 roll. Yeah. Roll. Over again.
Still missed.
And not. And we're going to grab a die. We're going to do my reroll.
There's no point.
Yes, there is.
What?
I did a thing right there.
Oh, okay. And for those who are watching, she missed again.
And try not to curse.
I should have the mature filter on. You can curse if you really want to, but I would rather not. Oh. Andromeda's up. You got it for a fight now?
Phase 7. Stupid thing need to die. That's nice.
At least I was in range to pick up.
Oh, and we need to go.
1, 2, 3.
And try to kill these things.
Okay, that's good. Finally.
Bullet. Oh, wait.
What?
Die.
Oh, wow. Okay, so she finally got a good roll. Just saying. She finally actually got 4 points of damage here. He does still have a shield left, though. So 1 goes away. But that does at least mean she gets 3 hit points of damage against this one, right? Yeah, the other one's not in line of sight. So she did almost kill this one in 1 attack.
Too bad this wasn't a bullet.
I know, right? Okay, so next up.
And it's gonna heal. I'm gonna kill that stupid thing.
Well, I'm up 2. I can heal it, but we need to focus on the other one.
Your turn.
Jukas is up. So I'm just gonna do a. Is there a point to do a focus? This is my last attack, right?
Yeah, I do one more attack.
Oh, I can do. Well, I can do a focus though, and I'll be here. Okay, so 4 points to do a focus and an attack for melee. You gonna move?
Okay.
4, please. Here we go. See if we get any luck. So I need fists to win.
You got 3. One of those doesn't count.
I know, 1 doesn't count, though. You know what? Let me go ahead and do a reroll on this one. Oh, and you get your reroll back.
Oh, yeah.
You're within 3. Alexandra is within 3. Got it. Perfect.
Kill the stupid thing.
So we
Get
did 2 damage against this one. He already had 2 hit points down, so he actually just died.
Kill him.
And you know what? Go ahead and move me 1 more AP. And I can go ahead and collect that item. Actually, 2 AP. Or do I have 1 left?
You only have 1 left.
Oh. Oh well. We get 1 more item. I might not get the last item, but we at least got 1 more, so.
No. Put that back.
Put it back? Okay. We're going to wait.
You're
I got
at
it.
number 12.
I got it. Okay. You're right. I get 1 more turn to phase 12, so we can pick up more stuff. So.
Yeah, get the last 2 in that last second.
Now, next phase?
Yes.
So now it is the Spriggans, which are dead. We're just going to move them forward.
4, whatever.
The healer's turn, so we need to try to kill that guy, please.
Give me 4 dice.
And you do have 1 in storage.
These things can die.
Oh, they can die. Okay, so just add that to your other roll. So
Die.
She just did 1 more damage to it. It now died. There's a treasure chest. Where it was here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now, do you have any points left?
1, 2, 3. Turn.
Are you gonna do that? Okay. Using 2 points, and Andromeda gets an item.
Mine. Ooh, a med kit.
Cool.
Okay, your turn.
Will that work for Andromeda though? Because she got a med kit for the robot character who can't be healed by a normal medical ability.
Yep.
The drone healer actually has to get destroyed to heal her. So, all right. So go ahead and just who's up next then?
I have.
Yeah, because the hunter died, right? So hunter doesn't get healed. Luckily, we killed the last hunter before we got back to the hunter. Because on that green tile, he would have actually healed.
Yeah, and Ahab goes.
So Ahab,
probably should just.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll pick up 1 item for him. And I got a red energy cell for Ahab. And Jukas will just pick up the other one. He'll get 1 too then. Oh, and of course, the last card resource has a trap in it. So, I have to immediately perform a rapidity test and obtain 1, 2, 3, 4. For each symbol that is not obtained, I suffer a wound. Do you want to show the camera that? So, essentially, I have to do a rapidity test, which I guess is 5 dice. And if I don't roll those 4 symbols at least, I'm going to take some damage. So, what do we need?
We got a POW.
We got
and
a
fist. You got a brain and an arrow. You've just.
Okay, good. So managed to avoid the trap and not take any damage. However, I did not get any loot. So that's okay. It happens. So basically, all the other player characters will move forward during their turns or stay where they are. We move now to 12. Move to 12-1. So technically, we would have moved all our characters to at least here.
Yeah, just. Oh, actually, I have an idea before we go on, since she was right there.
What? Are you going to heal?
I'm going to heal you for 2.
You can. There's no point to.
I know, but then we don't have to heal when we get back to the ship.
You don't have to worry about healing anyway. Healing is only if you have wounds. The infirmary is for fixing wounds if you take
You're right.
3 damage or more, so you're fine.
We've won! We've won! Finally! We've won!
So we did actually finish a mission.
And we got some loot from it.
Barely.
Oh, yeah, barely.
So now what would normally happen is we go back to the ship.
He reads the spiel.
I don't think there was much of a spiel for it.
Yeah, you make up one.
No, there was something there. I just don't know what it was. If I can find where I put the book. That's not the book.
Lost. Dropped the counter tray and then you lost the book.
No, I got the book. It's right here.
Okay, good. Found the page yet?
Yep, right here.
Good.
So, victory. You were attacked by the Spriggans, irritating creatures belonging to the fauna species. You may have been caught off guard, but you put up a good fight against this uncoordinated assault, tightly defending the antenna. Generally speaking, this is a relatively neutral race with no real interest in harming you. Alexandra makes a chilling discovery. You have ended up on one of their hunting planets. You have self-declared yourselves as prey. Joy.
Okay, whatever.
So our rewards are the Welcome to the Jungle missions unlocked, but before facing it, we have to do 2 random blue missions, which are DEFCON 4 missions. We're not going to do those tonight.
And each hero has gotten 1 XP.
Yes, each hero in the mission. So the 4 characters we played with
got XP,
got 1 XP.
1 XP, which helps get other skills unlocked. You can get like the first main skill and the separate trees that are actually on those large cards that he showed off earlier. And we can put them on our little cards right here, little tokens we can put in here to represent those. We can only have 5 that go into the slots. Then we have our kind of like passive one that sticks with us.
Yep.
And so on and so forth.
So that is going to be it for the stream tonight. We are going to be showing more of this game. We have lots of other characters that we can play as because we have a bunch of stretch goals. There is another video you can watch that's the unboxing we did last week.
We got Spaceball characters.
We do. They made the 4 main heroes from Spaceballs playable characters. They look slightly different. I don't have any out right now.
There's Goldie.
There's
and
Goldie.
Burp.
And they have, it was Burp instead of Barf. It was Starbus.
Instead of Starbucks?
No, it wasn't Starbucks. Lone Star was the original character name. And I don't remember what the princess is called. Her name's different too, but I don't remember what they called her in this game. But we'll be showing those off hopefully in the next stream because you can play as any characters you want once you kind of unlock the game a bit. But these are the 4 main characters you get in the box. So
Kind of like mine.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes from there. But thanks for watching. Thanks for the raid. And hope
And
to
the
see you next
viewers
time.
that actually stayed on.
Yes. Please feel free to follow us. We're going to be doing a lot of board games, some other video game stuff. We have several other streams up. Gloomhaven, Resident Evil 2 board game, if you like any of those. We have several other board games we'll be showing. We have Nemesis here as well that we're going to do an unboxing of. I just got the rest of that in late last week as well. That's like you're basically aboard an alien spacecraft, kind of like Alien. You wake up in a pod and you got to try to survive through the ship while aliens try to hunt you down and kill you. So that should be a lot of fun as well. We'll be showing that off a little bit. And then we have a Discord channel. It should be on the main Day After Day Gaming page, so feel free to join that. We're going to be adding a Sine Tempore text channel.
Tempora.
Whatever. It's fine. But we'll be adding that to the Discord chat, so feel free to join that if you want to chat or do anything else. Other than that, hopefully we'll see more of you. Feel free to raid again or join again. Other than that, have a good night. This is Day After Day Gaming. I'm Bobby.
I'm Kat.
And keep on gaming day after day.
Because it's so much fun.
Have a good night.